going. Welcome to everyone. I'm Rhonda Peters. I'm co-president of the League, and I'm delighted to see everyone here today. What we're going to do is this League update is so that we as team committee leaders know what each other is doing. It's an update for us and for all of our members who are either on another committee or wondering if they should be on a committee. So it's just everybody, every committee chair that's present gets no more than 3 minutes just to tell us all what's happening. And it's an opportunity for the right hand to know. I just did that as I flashed my left hand as I said the word right hand to let the right hand know what the left hand is doing and to look for opportunities that we might be able to help each other. So that said, I'm just going to look across the top and I'm just going to ask Mary Pat to talk to us about events.
Sure. Hang on just a second. People are still knocking at the door.
Okay,
Oh boy.
we'll start with Barbara Ryder.
Okay.
Barbara, you talk to us about voter services, please.
Sure. Okay. Well, first of all, to look backward is we had a busy month in January. We had a really interesting tour of the office of the I guess the operations office of the supervisor of elections. On the 15th of January, we learned a lot about how your votes are processed after they come into the office. It was really interesting. And then on MLK Day, the MLK celebration in Newtown, we had several people go on the walk, several people attend a multi-organizational, well, let's start at the beginning, multi-organizational breakfast from several of our members went. Then there was a 2 mile or something like that walk around the neighborhood. And finally, we had 4 hours of manning a table at an outdoor collection of community organizations and health organizations. And we got some interesting questions. There were quite a few people that stopped by. So that was nice. At Aviva, we did one of our, on January 22nd, we did one of our speakers bureaus plus voting services table events, which went very well. And now going forward in February on the 12th, the evening of the 12th, 5:30 to 6:30, we are hosting a presentation by Project 180, which is a residential reentry service here in Sarasota. Some of you may have seen mention of this organization. It was in the Gondolier in Venice around the 12th of January. And it just appeared locally in Sarasota Herald Tribune within the past week. There was a write-up of it. It's a very impressive program. It's residential. They're trying to now branch out and expand from helping men coming out of incarceration regain their health, regain job training, get financial training, and also find second chance employers who will offer these folks jobs. It's sort of a 2-year program. And so we're very vested in this. And then again, that same week in Northport, we're going to the second Northport Newcomers Day, and we'll have a table there, and we'll be trying to interest people in the League of Women Voters. Finally, looking ahead into March, evidently we are going to be with some other organizations at the Sarasota Fair for certain days of the week. And so that's something you can keep an eye on the events announcements on our website. And when that gets firmed up as to which days we're going to be there, we will let you know. If anybody is interested in voter services and taking the training the League has, if you want to register voters or help people with with vote by mail, help people with checking their voter registration, then you should be able to find information on taking the test that the League offers. It's multiple choice. It's easy to do. You could do it as many times as you want until you answer enough correctly. We really need more people because we're getting invited more and more places. And so we need people to help us. So send me mail. I'll put my email on my name. I should have done that before. Send Kathy or Kathy McCracken or myself, Neil, we are co-chairs of the, of our,
Voter service.
yeah.
Thank you, Barbara. What I'm going to do is, we have, for newcomers, the league has basically two major areas. Well, three. The education, and then there's advocacy. So I'm going to continue with voter services, and then the third area is administration. But I'm going to start with Sherry. Talk to us about the Speakers Bureau, please.
Okay, so Speakers Bureau, if you're not familiar with it, we have a team of speakers that go out to different community organizations. And there are presentations that chapters throughout the state have written and kind of go through a vetting process with the state. And we can use any of those that we are interested in, and we can write our own, which we have been doing as well. So for this year, last year we had about 7 different presentations that we were shopping around the community, and this year we've added more. So we have 10 for now, and there's a couple interesting ones we may take on. And we go to places like senior centers, youth groups, professional organizations, clubs, all those kinds of things. So what's new for this year, first of all, is the National League, their biggest priority is mid-cycle redistricting. On the advocacy side, say no to it. Since we're on the education side, we modified what they present just to really talk about the history of gerrymandering and stuff like that. And so we made it appropriate for us. And we've already presented that, and we'll keep doing so. We wrote a presentation primarily for youth on advocacy and how to make that happen, how to advocate for your legislature or with your school board or whatnot. Coming in June, Vilya has written One Person, One Vote, which is talks about how some aspects of election reform can really change how we do things and why that's important, and why public schools matter, because in Sarasota there are a lot of charters and there's a lot of things going on in the schools, and so it's important to kind of understand the pros and cons of those. And then when election season comes, we will be talking about amendments. We'll be talking about how to navigate 411. We also are continuing a couple of presentations on misinformation and how people can really understand news sources and social media. Protecting your voting rights from the inception of our Constitution to the SAVE Act. Ranked choice voting, another election reform presentation. The fight for women's suffrage, and your voice, your vote, your power, your vote, your power, your vote are both really excellent for young adults and teens. Just talking to someone how they're just not interested in voting and they don't think it matters. And both of these really energize those groups. And then we have voter services on hand to register them as soon as we can. So if you are interested in doing any speaking, we would love to hear from you. The other thing that you could help us with is outreach. We're in phase 1 of that now. We want to expand the organizations in the county that we are going to, that call us and request presentations from us. Our committee is working hard to go through some of the lists of people, of organizations that have some connection to the league, but then we need to expand further. So if you're one of those people that wants to get out there, make phone calls, you're involved with organizations that you think might be interested, we'd love to have you as part of that group, even if speaking isn't your thing. And that could be a short-term project or something, depending on your interest. So we certainly could use more members as an election year. We are out there a lot explaining the amendments, explaining different things about the elections, on top of these that are going on right now. So the easiest way to do that is if you go on our website, there is a tab that says book a speaker. You can look at all the presentations that we're offering, and then there is an email that goes right to me and say, hey, I want to hear more about it, or I might be interested, and we could talk and find a place for you. So
I'm going to give you the hook, but I'm going to give you
okay,
the hook.
I'm done.
Because you've exceeded your 3 minutes, but I'm going to give you a hook and a plug, and also just to assure people that there is extensive training. So you're not expected to be a subject matter expert. There's training and there's support there for everyone, so retired school teachers or others who are comfortable with public speaking, this might be yours. And speaking of youth, Bonnie and Louise, do you want to update us on youth? Youth?
Sure. I work along with Tina Beer. She is my co-chair with Young Adult Engagement. And Tina works very closely with both Voter Services and Speakers Bureau, to engage youth. She does this on college campuses, local college campuses, and also youth serving organizations within the community. And for those of you who might not know, unlike so many other leagues throughout the state and throughout actually country, we do not go into the public schools because the supervisor of election actually conducts pre-registration and voter registration within the public schools. That is always a great way to connect with young people, but unfortunately we don't have that avenue available to us, so we have to look for alternative routes. So we actually just received a grant from the League of Women Voters of US that will hold us from January to June to do outreach to young people, to get them registered to vote, to mobilize them to vote, educate them, and then eventually, get out the vote during the elections. So we're working, on a plan for that. So you're welcome to join us in that effort. One of the great things that has occurred this year is that we're partnering with the Boys and Girls Club of Sarasota County and DeSoto County, and they have something called the STAR program, STAR Leadership Program. It stands for Students Taking Active Roles. And the students, their high school students, go through a 60-hour curriculum to learn how to be a board member for advisory boards, nonprofit boards, and community boards. And recently, our board decided to invite a student representative to become a member of our board. And as of this morning, we received a nominee from the Boys and Girls Club of a young lady who went through their advocacy program. We expect to get her resume. Tina and I are scheduled probably to meet with her next week, if not the following week. We have to get that calendar set up. But we think that this might be not only working with the Boys and Girls Club, but actually having a student advocate who can work peer to peer with young people to get them more engaged. And I assume that working with her, we're going to start developing opportunities that we would love volunteers to work with us on. The other effort that we're doing, and Louise, I'm actually going to call on you to speak to this, is we are working with the Patterson Foundation in something called their Suncoast Remake Learning Days, which takes place at the end of April into early May this year. And we did participate last year, but Louise, I'd love you to explain what we're doing again this year, who we're working with, and maybe we can get some volunteers to work with us.
Yes, thank you. We had a very successful program last year, but we had very low attendance, and we're hoping for better attendance last year. The scheduling with the Patterson Foundation was weekend of Easter, which kind of put a damper all across the county on participants and the people that I've talked to that also participated. So what I have done is developed a game that is available to kindergarten through adults to teach ranked choice voting. It involves dessert. It's called Dessert Dash. And we give a little history of desserts, and we explain that the desserts are the candidates and how to vote in the ranked choice style. And then we actually do the voting, and whoever gets 50% plus one everybody who participated in that round of the game gets that dessert. So it involves a little mini desserts. And this year we have been accepted with the YMCA in Potter Park. They have something called Healthy Kids Day. And it's the first day of the Suncoast Remake Learning. It's April 18th, and I'm going to make a pitch on the Saturday Gulf Gate meeting to try and get some people to sign up. We have 4 people. We probably need 8 total, so we need 4 or 6 more to make this a good flow involving lots of people and the game. So,
And just one addition to that, Louise, we're also partnering with the Sarasota City branch of the Y. So we'll actually have 2 events going on that day. That's why we need our 8 volunteers. So if that appeals to you, I mean, we had a great experience, even though we had a low turnout last year. The families that participated, because this is, adults and children, it was just a great response to this, because what they took from it was they could use this process of ranked choice voting to make family decisions. What movie are we going to watch as a family on movie night? What pizzas toppings are we going to choose? And I think they just came away, learning something, both from a child's perspective, but also from an adult's perspective. They learned about ranked choice voting.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You just got the hook.
Okay. Volunteers. I'll put my email in the chat.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Susie, want to tell us anything about County Commission Observer Corps?
Hi, sorry, I was having trouble getting unmuted there. Thanks for all these people to show up. That's great. We always could use more volunteers. It's either a half day or a full day of listening to the county commission in person if you can, because it's best to show up with your badge and they know if the league is watching. Sometimes it ends up being from home online, and if that's all that works, then that's how it works. I have a schedule, and so if you want to get me, I'll put my information in the chat, but you can just email me and I'll add you to the calendar. I send out the calendar, and we've got February covered, and we will work on March and April as they get closer. It just seems like doing it too far out doesn't, people aren't volunteering. So thanks to everyone on this call who participated. Most of the people that do participate are on this call already and doing lots of other things as well. So it's you don't have to take accurate notes. You're just making sure that they're operating under Robert's rules, and that anything they're discussing is in their agenda, so people know they need to make a comment if they care. So that is,
Thank you.
well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we as a league observe 3 different boards, county boards, the Sarasota County Commission, the school board, and the hospital board. So I'm going to segue right to Jill, who's chair of our education advocacy team. So we've just switched from voter services and education to advocacy. Take it away, Jill.
Thank you, Rhonda, and hello, everybody. Well, the Sarasota Education Action Team is, first of all, fabulous. Here are some of the things that we do. We track bills. There is a state education action team also that I co-chair, and that particular team develops a list of the bills that we oppose and support every time the legislature's in session, which it is right now. So we're all very, very busy tracking bills. We've identified 3 bills that we support and then 3 that we oppose, and we prepare action alerts. So what happens with the education team in Sarasota is we get those alerts, we let people know, we let our networks know, and I know they get posted on the website. So we've been really, really busy with that. Anybody who wants to be more informed about what bills are critical that we pass or that we oppose, just let us know. Another thing that we are doing, and Nancy Morrison is really in charge of this, is we host a Why Vote contest for all the students who are in Sarasota's public schools, including the public charter schools. And this year's contest is going to be an essay or a 2D artwork, which we all know as posters. So that will be on the subject of should we lower the voting age. It'll be interesting to see what students come up with. But we work in coordination with the teachers at the public schools. We send them the information about the contest, and hopefully they share it with their students. I know the art teachers were wonderful this past year. If they had any questions, they contacted us. We use not only team members to judge the material that the students submit, but also we use outside experts. So for instance, for the essays, we have someone who was a long-time reporter for the Sarasota Herald Tribune as one of the reviewers. We have artists also reviewing the 2D artwork that the students submit. But we could definitely use more judges. And, if you're interested, please let us know. Another thing that we do, as Rhonda mentioned, is we do a report card. Well, we have an observer corps for the school board, and we do a report card on them. We actually give them letter grades. We have several people observing the school board meetings, and they work together on preparing one final report card, but each person submits a report card individually, and then Mary Ginley puts them all together and makes some decisions and then consults with the team that did the report card, and they create the report card. It then goes to me. I might do some minor tweaking, and then it goes to Velia, who maybe says, okay, great, or does a little more tweaking. And then it goes to the school board, and it gets posted on our website. It also is out there. People know about it. It's been cited by people who aren't on the team. It's been cited at school board meetings. I don't know if any of you read Dear Bubby, but she also includes information about the report card when she writes her blog. Another thing that we do is we disseminate some of the material that's been prepared by the state team. For instance, you may have seen the checklist on how to choose a school board candidate, which was very, very effective for the last time that we had the school board elections. And we have updated that. It will be available again for the 2026 school board elections. We disseminate those at all the public libraries in Sarasota County, and we also disseminate that at any meetings we are attending where there might be people who are old enough to vote and who might be voting for school board candidates in Sarasota. Just to go back to the state team for a minute, the people on the state team represent almost every local in the state, so they too are disseminating the same materials. You may have also seen the school choice trifold that gets disseminated, and we've just gotten back the ones that have been revised, and those will be going to the libraries hopefully this coming week. So we also inform the public through public speaking that we do and other material that we get out. Anything else that we do? Let me see. I think that's pretty much it, but we are really, really busy. Nancy, did I forget anything?
Yes.
Oh,
March
I'm glad I asked.
I know you went over your time, but I was going to give Rhonda the information that I am not going to say anything in this meeting. So you don't have to worry about my
What?
3 minutes.
All right.
All I can say is that we do have an event that has been
Oh, right.
organized
Okay.
through the Education Action Team. It's a wonderful panel on some of the issues that are confronting our education in Sarasota County. And
Thank
you
you,
can
Nancy. That's
find
like,
out about it on our website.
yeah, we have a speaker who's going to talk about vouchers, very knowledgeable from Florida Policy Institute, also a resident of Sarasota. One who's going to speak about school choice, also very familiar with school choice, very knowledgeable, speaks at many, many school board meetings. She's going to talk about wait, did I get? She's going to talk about Schools of Hope. We've got a parent who's been engaging parents, getting
We can-
together, parent activists. She's going to talk about how to do that. And we
We
have
can
a
unmute you.
student. We have a student, and we have someone who's going to talk about issues concerning separation of church and state that are affecting Sarasota public schools. Anybody who wants to join us, please do. We're a very, very active team. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I feel the hook.
You feel the hook and the love, both. Ann Hardy, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Ann Hardy. I'm with Natural Resources Team. A lot of what we do is on our educating ourselves, frankly. We're looking at issues that involve natural resources in the county. We bring in speakers probably about every other month on different topics for different types of people, environmentalists. This past month we had the manager of resiliency and sustainability for the city of Sarasota come in and talk to us about initiatives that are going on in the city. I think we're trying to get ourselves well educated on the issues so that we can speak to the issues. Like Jill was saying, we are also connected with the state, and there is a team that tracks bills in the state, and I'm on that group. I listen to their bills, and then I pass that information along if we need to be taking action on different bills that are out in that are going through the state. I'll let people know, and they can write or comment or talk to their legislators. I want to let you know that in March, we are going to be having a program for our Hot Topics. If any of you have been to the Hot Topics luncheons, and it's going to be John O'Miller and Julie Morris. Any old timers in the group will know them as longtime environmentalists who've been involved with environmental issues for years and years and years in Sarasota County. And they're going to be talking about water issues for the county. So I think I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really good program, and that's going to be March 20th. I noticed Nancy just put it up on the website, so you can find it under the events on our website. And I'll leave it at that. It's a nice group. So I welcome anybody that wants to join us and learn about what's going on with natural resources in the county. Okay,
Thank you, Ann.
sure.
Moving on, Liz, can you talk to us about rallies?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Great to see a lot of people. So back in April of last year, when the U.S. League declared a constitutional crisis, we formed a rally team, and we've had several rallies. Last year, we had the MLK Day walk that Barbara talked about in the beginning. Part of our rally team was there for that. The big one coming up is February the 14th. It's a Saturday. It's going to be at UTC Mall from 10 to 12. And we're joining forces with the Manatee County League. We are getting out there to push the word out to defend democracy, empower our voters. Unite and Rise campaign, which is also a U.S. League sponsored campaign, will be part of our Unite and Rise rally on the 14th. So we're looking forward to a big crowd. We have t-shirts that everybody's been given. Please wear those. We have signs that we will give you. You can make your own signs. Just let's make them nonpartisan in keeping with our league tenants. So I'm going to go ahead and put my phone number in the chat as well if anybody has any questions. But always remember that you can find any of us on our LWVSRQ website. There's a member list. You put our names in if you want to call us or email us. We're there. And also the calendar is a really useful tool to look at events that are coming up, which have a lot of what we've been talking about today. So if you missed anything, that's a great resource. Thank you all.
I'm going to chime in, Liz, because I'm going to make the post on Facebook and Instagram tomorrow. So I'm asking all of you to go to the League of Women Voters Sarasota Facebook page and share it, like it, and share it with friends, because that way we'll get a lot bigger audience.
Thanks, Sean.
I did see Regina on the call earlier, but I don't see her there now.
I think I'm going to talk about LIA.
Okay,
So then,
that's fine. I'm here too, Sean.
She's
so
here.
go ahead.
She can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You can do
great.
it.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah, I'm here.
So,
I'm here.
all right, then.
Sure. Why don't, yeah, I'll go ahead and take the lead.
Yes, please
So,
do take the lead.
okay. League in Action. So League in Action is a publicly available app, and it's used across the country by various local leagues and the US League. And so anyone can download the app and have it on their phone. Many of you already have it. We had a soft launch of the app in the fall timeframe, or I'd say late September. And so we have a small League in Action team. It consists of Sean, myself, and Jane Green. We are designated admins for the app. It's a social media platform, but one of the differences is that you have to have designated admins to post on the app. You can't nobody can just post on the app. It's designed to really, and when you post, it's called an action. So it's really designed to alert people of something that they have to do, an event, an action, call Congress. And so there are other features within the app that we're still exploring and haven't tested yet, but we're starting simple and using the app to post actions related to events. Mid-cycle redistricting has been one of the recent actions that we posted, asking people to call and resist, call their congressman and resist mid-cycle redistricting in the state of Florida. So far, we've posted 20 actions and have had 77 emails go out as a result of that. So what you can do if you have the app, you see an action from a particular circle, like the Sarasota Circle. As a supporter, somebody that has the app that sees that action, there's a link. It says share with friends. You can share via email or you can share via text. Of the 20 actions that we've posted, we've had 77 emails go out, and with an 89% open rate, which is pretty good. So we're happy with it so far. We've had our supporters share 107 texts. Now we have 70 supporters listed in our database, but I haven't gone through and scrubbed. I think a lot of them are inactive supporters. So there's a small group of us that are currently using the app. Our next steps are to promote the app more officially within the league, within our local league. We'd like to have a virtual supporters call sometime in February, and probably at this rate, it'll be later in February. We want to be prepared for that. We were hoping to launch on a training that National did with state, because they did have a training in December. We want something a little more customized, a little more easy to get through and understand, and more palatable for our purposes. So we'll work on that starting next week. So stay tuned for that. You might have also seen in our newsletter a small announcement regarding League in Action, asking you to download the app. And there was a request for a reel or something, to promote it and really make it look easier, show you how to use the app. And so Sean has so nicely, she's got some skills and tools in her kit bag. So Sean and I are going to work together to put together a 5-minute, possibly 5-step video So that ongoing after our supporter rally, and we can do those regularly, just depends. And I called it a rally. I didn't mean to call it a rally. Our virtual supporter event in February that I just mentioned. We'll have this training app to follow that. So if anybody can pick it up, we'll put it in our newsletter, give you a link. So that's what's on the calendar for next steps. Sean, am I missing anything? Anything you want to add?
That we're going to be we're going to be doing the February 14th event and sending that out as well.
That'll be our next post. So if you are a supporter, if you have the app, you see that, please share it with your friends. Encourage people to download the app, even if they're not members, they can have the app on their phone. They can see what we're up to and what we're doing, and it might excite them to
And
participate.
the advantage is there are some people who won't do social media. They're not doing Facebook. They're not, doing Instagram or TikTok. So you can reach people through this. And because it's coming from you individually, that's why the open rate's almost 90% because it's coming from someone you know.
Right. Thank you. Thank you both. And Sean, I'm going to come right back to you for social media, but report.
Okay.
But I want to say that peer-to-peer is just the best way to get a message across, right? I mean, we all get so many emails every day, but when you are getting a message, forwarded message or original message from a friend, a family member, you're much more likely to open it and trust it, that it's reasonable, that it's fair, that it's, it's legit. And that's really the concept of League in Action, is to make it easier for you to share important messages like alerts about legislation or about important events. So that's the concept. But I think the message is also for folks who think, I don't know, I support the League, I don't really know what I want to do, I'm not much of a volunteer. Forwarding messages of importance is powerful. So that's something you
So look for our announcement for the late February virtual call, and please join that if you can, or encourage others to do it.
All right, so I did say that we have voter education, and we have advocacy, and we also have the foundation that keeps us all running, and that is the operations and the organization. And so I'm going to introduce first Sean to talk to us about social media. Nancy and Sean co-chair the communications team, but Nancy's declared she's given up her report time, so I'm giving it to Sean.
All right. So we kind of had a busy last 28 days. We actually had 21,000 views on Facebook. And some of those were, 3 seconds or greater views. And the ones we actually boosted some content. And actually, I don't think I boosted it, but for the school board rally. I think it was the school board rally. Oh gosh, what was it on Tuesday the 20th? Yeah, 7,000 views of that, and we boosted ICE out of Sarasota County Schools, and that had 4,500 views. But we didn't boost the other one. I may not have even boosted that one. They may have just got that much traction because it was just, people are very, very concerned. And so the only thing I want to say is for both Instagram and Facebook, we become much larger and greater if we all go there and share and like the posts, because then we'll reach 10 times the audience.
Thank you, Sean. Membership. We have Elena and Deb. Take it away, whoever.
I'll start. I just want to say that our membership is the crux of our organization. We don't have members, we don't have an organization. And we recognize that not everybody can participate to the fullest extent at different times. And we respect that some of our members can be active today and not so active tomorrow. So I did want to mention Sarah Benish, who had to leave, is a new member as of the 15th of January. And I believe Chris Sloan is on the call, another relatively new member. So, I think we've had since January 8 new members, and that is going to grow as the calendar goes forward. I anticipate that. And I think Elena probably does too. We're going to be very busy with new members. And I just want to mention something since I'm based in South County that we do have monthly South County meetings. Next one is February the 17th, Cafe Venice, 12 noon. And I believe that Elena has more information about what's coming up. We have a busy week coming up.
Yes, we do. And I just wanted to say that since I live in North County, so I'm kind of coordinating some of the things that are happening here. We had a lunch on the 14th of January at First Watch. We had about 17 people there. It's more of a social event, but it's been getting more and more popular. Next Wednesday, this week on the 28th, we have a mix and mingle in downtown Sarasota from 4 to 6. It's at 15 Cork and Block, or Block and Cork, and we have about 17 people already signed up for that, so that's good. The 31st, which is Saturday, this is a big event. We have 26 people that are signed up at this point in time. It's at Gulfgate Library from 10:30 to 12, and it's kind of an extension of what this particular Zoom call is, except that after the leaders, and we have 9 leaders that will be presenting, plus the co-presidents, about what's going on. And then everybody will have a chance to talk to members who are interested in getting a little bit deeper into that information. So we'll break up into smaller groups. The members can ask directly from the leaders what's going on, and the leaders can get to know what's and recruit members for their team. So that's kind of exciting. We see this as a bit of a new member orientation as well as a retention opportunity. The next North County lunch is going to be February 11th, and that's going to be at First Watch. So we're continuing those on a monthly basis. So everybody, please come to Saturdays at least. And if you want to mix and mingle, that's on Wednesday evening, 4 to 6.
By the way, just FYI, we have changes daily, but we have 320 members is about our current rate.
Thank you.
Thank you, membership. Events. And then Leslie, Leslie, would you like to report out? I don't know if you have.
Sorry, I had to unmute. I don't really have anything of any significance to say. The project's winding down. It's completed. What we've been doing is Sherry sort of separated us into groups or assigned groups of contacts to people to recontact and kind of, update the connection and let them know what we do and how we can help them. So that's part of an ongoing part, but the bulk of it, we've got a nice list now.
Fantastic. Thank you. That's for community outreach. Last but not least, Mary Pat, you see what happens when you weren't available for your for leading us off?
Set the timer for myself. So I'm Mary Pat Austin. I'm the chairperson of the events planning committee. Basically, it's coordinating and working with all the other teams to help facilitate their events. And we do have, as you've heard, some upcoming events. The February 12th at Harvest House in the evening on Project 180. March 4th at Gulfgate Library on Beyond the Classroom, Key Issues in Shaping Education in Sarasota County. March 20th is, I don't remember what the official title is of that.
Anne, you're muted.
Caring for what sustains us. Is that right?
She's having a hard time unmuting.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's about water resources. This is one I talked about with Jono and Julie.
And that's at Stony Brook. That is the luncheon. Our annual membership meeting will be on April 25th. And that's a Saturday. We'll be at Stony Brook. Um, on And that also is a luncheon. And then May 15th is our last Hot Topics for this year or for this season, and that is our own Vilya. Johnson is going to be previewing an expanded version of her Speakers Bureau presentation on one person, one vote. And that also will be at Stony Brook. So the best thing you can do is just pay attention to the events page on our website. Nancy and her team are doing a great job of keeping us all updated and keeping that active. And you'll find other things on that website that on our events page that we might be advertising for other organizations that are events that are consistent with the work that we do. 52 seconds left and I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you. Susie, you got your hands raised?
A question for Mary Pat. So I've been asked to track my volunteer hours. So I went to the website, I went to the place told, it says 2026. So are we not tracking 2025? Are we starting in 26?
No, you can send those hours directly to me.
25, you still want hours, you want
Yes,
them directly
Send
to
them
you.
directly to me.
Can you put your email in the chat, please?
I can.
I want to make mention of the annual meeting. There's two parts to our annual meeting. The first is sort of a celebration, and that's typical program with, as you know, Mary Pat said, with a presentation and recognition. But then we segue into our business meeting. The league is run by our members. The members vote for board members, and that happens there. The members vote for our officers, and so they will be on the ballot and also on the budget. So at least 2 weeks before the annual meeting, all members receive the packet that nominating committees, slate of potential board members and officers, and the treasurer will be sending out the budget. If there are bylaw changes, all of that. That's what happens at the business part of the meeting for our two organizations, our 501c3 and our 501c4. If you're interested in what that is about, that's offline. I would be happy to talk to you about the two different components of our organization, but I did want to mention that that's an important event to attend. The last hot topics will be in May, because after May we segue into election season, and we will be doing candidate forums and programs on whatever constitutional amendments are available. We will focus exclusively on getting out the vote, and you'll hear more about that at the January 31st meeting. I also want to say that that the way in which we operate as an organization financially is through membership. But if you became a member at a $75 level, then know that we get 20% of that. The rest of it goes to US and to the Florida League. So we get 20% minus the processing fees for the credit card that you use. So we're all volunteers, so we don't really need a lot of money to operate. And we do get donations throughout the year. But there's once every 2 years, we do a solicitation along with the rest of the nonprofit community called the Giving Challenge. I'm sure everybody has heard of that. And that is where we're going to raise the money for our Get Out the Vote campaign. And we will be as successful as the amount of money that we raise. And the money is going to be to get the attention of targeted audiences, primarily focusing on underserved and young adults, independents when it comes to the primaries. You'll be hearing more about that and ways in which you can help us succeed, especially in getting out the vote. I think I don't have anything else. Did I?
Barbara has her hand
Oh,
up.
Barbara, please.
Okay, I just wanted to mention that a lot of the committees that have been mentioned tonight in the phone call have monthly meetings where if you want to sit there for a half an hour, you can really gain a lot of understanding of what these, what the nuts and bolts are of working with one of the committees. And we welcome you to come. So just shoot an email to any one of us who was the head of a committee, and I'm sure they can tell you the time during the month that the next meeting would be. That's all. Thank you.
Any questions? We have 9 minutes. Yeah, Elena.
The dates of the Giving Challenge are in April, correct?
April 15th and 16th, noon to noon.
Uh-huh.
And you'll have to really be turning yourself off from the world to not know that the Giving Challenge is happening, because every nonprofit in the universe is going to be reaching out on a regular basis. But it's us that you have to pay attention to.
It's also tax day.
Yeah. For those.
I have to wonder how that's going to affect people's giving.
I don't know. We'll see. I have to trust that they've selected the date scientifically.
Can I just mention that the Education Action Team meets tomorrow night? Just so if anybody wants to sit in, please let
And
me
if you
know.
go to the events calendar on the homepage, from the homepage, then you'll be able to find where those meetings are.
It's
And
on Zoom. It's on Zoom.
And the Zoom link. Yes.
Yeah.
Most of the meetings are. And your meetings are Zoom. Membership is Zoom. Most of them are Zoom. Well, thank you all. And I hope to see everybody on the 31st. And if you have any questions, reach out to Rhonda at LWVSRQ.org. Happy to talk. And what did Sandy go? I think that she was iPhone. iPhone.
She was iPhone 9. She
Yeah.
changed.
She was oh, there you go. You figured out how to change your name.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm a new member. I met several of you at Venice Wine and Coffee when you had your gathering. So anyway, that's how I joined, learning about you. And I do have a question. So I'm a seasonal resident, and does it make a difference if for people who are not residents of a state to contact legislators? Does it make a difference as a non-constituent?
If you're not registered to vote here, it adds to the volume, but you don't get not as much as what I'm told.
Yeah,
But,
it's frustrating. Yeah.
Well, join us.
Yeah.
Where are you registered to vote?
Oh, New York State. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but I joined here. Yes. So.
No, I meant you
Yeah.
can register to vote here.
Oh, no. Yes. True. True.
Here's just checking to make sure you were registered.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Great. And that, also on the 31st, you are welcome. And to any of these events that we have, there are virtually no events that the league holds that are members only. But they are members and guests of members. We don't advertise for the general public because we don't necessarily want people coming in off the street. We'd like people who are nonpartisan and respect what that means. And so bringing a guest, a friend, to expose them to what we're about is always welcome. Thank you all. Have a great evening.
And thanks for all the great
Bye.
comments in the chat.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.